What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be making some pancit with Amboy. I chose this dish because it was the first Filipino dish I had ever tried in my life. It is also one of my favorites that one of my best friend's mom made for some family members of mine when she found out they had celiacs, and I explained to her what that is. So this dish is going to be gluten-free today. There's a lot of good recipes in this book, though, too, and there's a lot of great recipes in Filipino cooking in general. There are other books in the system that you can also check out for some compare-contrast to make this recipe what you want. You can also get another book and have a little read-along with a young person if you got one, and make it yourself, too. The dish itself, though, is fairly simple. You want some rice sticks or some noodles, behind whatever you want to call it, scallions, lime, pea pods, pork belly, carrots, onion, garlic. Liquid aminos will take place for our soy sauce, which has wheat starch in it, and I got gluten-free oyster sauce. Also, chicken breast, cabbage, and onions. The lumpia I'm going to fry because that is a great side to have with this. Okay, time to prep. So cut your carrots long and thin, or as thin as possible, or you can keep them thick, it's up to you. Cut the onions the same. You can also buy this stuff already shredded in the stores if you're uncomfortable doing this. Flatten out your chicken breast. We're going to half it and also cut that in length also. I'm using chicken breast because I think it's perfectly fine. You can certainly use boneless thighs too if you wish, with a little more fat content. Do the same thing with the cabbage. Straight down the middle, we're going to cut this in length because you want to be able to snatch this all together with the noodles, with the chicken, and everything else that goes into this dish at once for a nice flavor explosion. Cut your scallions the same way. I'd say cut them on a bias maybe because you get a little more meat off the tips there, and you're going to save the bottom part for garnish later, which will also go nicely with the dish. You're going to want to use just a little bit of oil to help render down the pork belly fat in a second. You're going to be taking out the pork belly soon enough because you want all that juice going into this dish. So you're going to want to just brown your pork belly. Again, you want that fat to render down because this is all going to be added to the dish as it goes. Take it out, put it on the side, leave everything else in there, even the little bits, because that's all going to go into the same thing too. Now we're going to throw in our carrots, throw them around also so they get a lot of juice on them. The carrots got some good color on them now. That dark, nice, like sugar is just seeping out into that pork juice now. Again, this is just going to make a much better pancit as you go. Throw in your onions and your chicken. This is what's going to take in the rest of that juice before you add your chicken stock to it. Toss it around a little bit so again, you get the oil on everything and it also secretes its own flavor into it. 3 to 4 tablespoons of the oyster sauce and the amino acids and our soy sauce if you're not making this gluten-free. Once it looks like that, add in everything else. Put in your scallions, your garlic. We're going to let this all just cook together now and take in a whole bunch of flavor. So I'm making too much. Had to switch to a different pot now, but it's good because this has a lid, whereas my wok does not. A lid can help in the future for certain aspects of this dish too. Now we're going to want to throw in all our vegetables. Also toss this around too, but in a second we're going to pour in our whole container of chicken stock, 32 ounces. Low sodium is fine, but you want that salt in this at this point. Toss it all together also, so again, as it takes in flavor, the vegetables will secrete their flavor and just makes this wonderful collage, which is going to make your dish that much better. We're going to also throw in our pork belly and carrots now too. Again, it's going to take it and it's going to add it, and it's just going to be awesome. This is where the lid comes in handy. It can break down your vegetables and or your rice noodles really quickly. Take it off though, because again, you want this to take in the flavor, not create more moisture. Don't forget to make your food look nice. But thanks for coming by, everybody. This is one of my favorite dishes. Hopefully you'll enjoy this too, and hopefully it helps you out. Take care. Thanks for stopping by.